If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. Today I am playing Guardians of the Galaxy with Star-Lord as the leader, Gamora, Rocket, Drax, and Angela. I love playing Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel like they're just weird and fun, and it just kind of, I feel like if I were a Marvel character, I would definitely be a Guardian of the Galaxy. Andy's playing Web Warriors. We've never played this combo before, and I don't think he's ever played Web Warriors, so it should be a learning experience and pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. My team tactic cards are No Escape, Seeing Red, Crew of the Milano, Lovable Misfits, and Heavy Firepower. Heavy Firepower just adds a couple of dice when you need it. Crew of the Milano can take off a special condition and keep it off for the round. Lovable Misfits, you just never know what you're going to get. It could be great. Usually it's good. It's just kind of up in the air, just like the Guardians. Seeing Red is a revenge card, and No Escape. Never played this one before. If the enemy character starts a movement, you can play this card, roll some dice, and try to put some damage on them. The last time I played Guardians of the Galaxy, Andy beat me really bad, so I'm really hoping I can pull this off and play my cards well, and we'll see how it goes.
This week, I will be playing the Web Warriors for the first time ever, at least for me on this channel. That's Peter Parker, Miles, Spider, or Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen, whatever you want to call her, Venom, and I'm bringing Black Widow. Is she a Web Warrior? No, but her name has a spider name in it, so she got chosen. I was actually going to either choose between her and Punisher, and Punisher actually is kind of more thematic since his debut was in a Spider-Man comic. But I just like the whole idea of going with spider-type people for my mission, so that's what we got. So we've got the Web Warriors with Black Widow, the 3-point Black Widow, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. for those who are not aware. I'm very excited to see how I can do with them. Again, they've got some really good rules. Their defense rerolls are phenomenal. I'm super excited about that because I just was terrified last time I played against them with Nikki. I want to see what I can do, so hopefully that will go well. For my team tactics, I have All Webbed Up, 1-2 Punch, Uneasy Allies, Web Barrier, and Lethal Protector. So Lethal Protector is really the only one, that and 1-2 Punch, that I'm really familiar with. Lethal Protector, obviously Venom, turns him into a bodyguard for a round, always effective. And I feel like my people are kind of squishy, so I think we're going to need that this time. Uneasy Allies is the one I'm looking forward to playing the most. I'll be honest, it's part of the reason I chose Web Warriors. It's where Spider-Man and Venom team up. It costs 1 power each and 1 stamina, but then the next attack gets 3 additional damage dice. That could be really phenomenal, I think. We'll see how that goes. With the Extremis consoles, I'm hoping I can heal that damage. But then again, the cubes are going to be damaging us as well. We'll see what happens. The other cards, as they come up, like Web Barrier, we'll discuss them. But all in all, I feel pretty good about the cards I chose. It's thematic. I'm not looking for the best power cards out there, but I think the cards work well with this scenario from what I can tell. Overall, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to this match against Nikki. She's bringing the Guardians. She is great with the Guardians, so I'm going to see if I can't do some tricks with the Web Warriors and score myself a victory.
Round 1, I have priority. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Nikki. How are you doing?
Good. Excited to be playing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, they are definitely one of your favorite teams.
They are, and I feel like I haven't played them enough.
That's why we actually have the special rulers just for Guardians for you.
Yeah, they're my people. They speak to me. So I'm moving Star-Lord up there to get the fragment. And then I believe I'm going to move to the serum.
It's a Extremis console.
Oh, Extremis console.
Do you even Iron Man, bro? Yeah, it's a cell phone or something. Well, yeah, it's from the Iron Man 3, the cell phone idea, I guess. All right, so I am starting out with Spider-Man, and since he is a long mover, I decided to go ahead and take the middle. I was hoping with all of his abilities, when I say the middle cube, with all of his abilities, I was hoping he could keep himself safe. And now that I think about it, I think I screwed up round 1 when it came to the number of dice I could roll, but we'll find out.
There's Drax, one of my favorites. He always seems to, I mean, not every game is for Drax, but I usually have a good time when I play him.
Yeah, as I was telling Nikki at the end of our game, he's a vicious chihuahua. You know, he has to get close, but if he does, he's like, ah, la, 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 with his knives and just makes a mess. So
that's perfect. I can totally see Drax.
Right. All right. So Black Widow's moving up, using that stealth, and then obviously trying to stay far enough away from her that she can't target me right off the bat, but enough to get the Extremis.
Okay, there's Angela. She's the beautiful angel in the band of misfits.
The vicious angel at that.
The ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah, I wasn't out of 3 of her. I just realized that because of her big old base. So I didn't anticipate that. You're like, am I in 3? Yes, I am.
Oh, that's what we were doing, because you're like, you're not in range. And I was like, I think I am, Andy. So we measured.
Curses!
It makes me sad to attack Black Widow, because I play her a lot. So I feel like she's one of my children. So this is Blades of Ichor, and I chose this one because I was hoping I would roll a wild, and that I could just move up there, move short towards Black Widow. But that didn't happen. But I still did some damage.
Yeah, 2 damage. So sad, too bad. I'm sorry you didn't also get to contest the Extremis console.
You don't really sound sorry, Andy.
I may not be, honestly. And in honor of the new Venom 2 trailer, I had to play Venom this week. So I'm just moving Venom up to grab that cube, because I know he can handle the damage.
Oh, and there's Gamora. Love her. She's super fun. Moving her up there.
Yeah, that's uncomfortably close at this point. So moving Miles up to grab. I just was in range of that cube. And then I'm going to go grab another one of those Extremis consoles over there in front of the building. Again, just kind of in range for all that. So, the Web Warriors movement is definitely awesome.
Okay, there's Rocket. Just moving him up.
Stupid little trash panda.
You just wish you had a rocket.
I do. Range 5 with cover. Yeah. So then Ghost Spider, she's just moving up to contest the console. I'm trying to grab as many points early on as I can. So score at the end of this round, I believe, is 4-3. just trying to grab as many early points as I can because this is not a match I feel comfortable with the Web Warriors. But we'll see what happens.
Okay, round 2. And I'm going to play Lovable Misfits. Love this card. It's super fun. Angela rolled, I think all of my characters paid to do this. Angela rolled a block so she can move short. So moving her up by the console. Gamora rolled a critical, so she gets a free cost attack.
0 cost.
0 cost attack.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you didn't block any.
Yeah, Black Widow did not do well for me this game.
So that was good. Rocket, again, he gets an attack. So Peter Parker, standing over there looking like he's bored, so I decide to blast him. Oh, that was bad.
That's what you get for trying to blast Peter Parker.
And Drax can move short. So at this point, I'm like, which way do I go? I don't know which way to go. I'm trying to decide if I want to move him over by Miles, or do I want to move him to help out Peter Quill? I decide Peter Quill probably needs some help. He's looking a little trapped over there.
Because he is. In our spider web.
Okay, Star-Lord is the only one who rolled badly. If you roll a skull, you get stunned, and also the people around you.
Yeah, within range 2. So you kind of screwed me on that one as well.
Sorry.
Are you?
No.
Not really.
I would have rather attacked you. I'll give you that. Which I'm going to do right now. So, Star-Lord versus Peter Parker. I believe it's Elemental Gun. And wow, I don't want to hear you say I roll well anymore this game, Andy.
It's still early in the game, if you recall.
But I've rolled very badly so far.
Did you see what just happened to Black Widow?
All right, one time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You block 2, so 2 damage.
Yeah, I got my reroll there. From that's the Web Warriors leadership ability that allowed me to reroll for both her and Black Widow. All right, so this was totally worth it because this confused Nikki. She's like, "What are you doing?" She didn't think I was going to move.
I wasn't expecting it. It was a weird move for Andy.
I generally try to play more aggressive, but I knew I was doomed in that little area with Angela and Gamora. So I thought, put him in a place where he could be more useful, and that's over there.
Yeah, Drax versus Ghost Spider.
Oh no, my dear, not this time.
I knew it. Venom's coming along and foiling my plans. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4 so far?
Yeah, I don't know why I was going to re-roll my wild there. Then I threw the other one off. But I blocked one, so I took 3. However, I have a little something. So many snacks. We are Venom. It's a retaliatory attack. This one, if I can, all the damage I do to him, I get back his health. Unfortunately, because of her stupid I can take it rule and the way she rolled, I only ended up getting 1 health back out of this one. 1 damage to him, 1 health back.
This is why I love Drax. Okay, Drax versus Ghost Spider. Wow, that was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Bad for me.
Good for me. And then she threw me into Peter. And Peter took it all. So I took a strength 3. I took 3 damage from that throw. So I decided to go ahead and move Ghost Spider back up. I need to try to contest that console. And then, since Star-Lord has already gone, I've got a little trick up my sleeve. But first I'm going to heal. Because I am just getting damaged left and right here. And I use the Extremist console special rule for that. I'm going to use Impact Webbing. And the goal here is not as much damage, it is that wild that I luckily just rolled right there. So that's going to push you. And just to clarify, now I don't know why we always have to look at some of the more simple rules here, but a push is a throw that does not have impact damage. So it works the same way as a throw, you just don't get impact damage. I did move the truck here, which is why you see it's missing there for a second. But I threw him away from the console, which allowed me to secure it.
Okay, so there is nothing Angela can do over there. So I decide that she needs to do something over by Miles. I'm going to do Blades of Ichor. And I'm really, really counting on getting that wild so I can move up.
And you got it.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it, which means I can move short. So I got to attack and move up without having to waste an action on it. Excuse me. Sorry.
Then you threw the bus at me.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, none of my rerolls worked here. So Spider Senses didn't work. No, I'm sorry. Spider Senses do work, but the Web Warrior ability does not work. So I took 5. I took a Strength 5 hit there. I'm dazed. Oh, and yeah, I'm out. I have no more people now.
Yeah, Gamora, I just leave her there. And Rocket is going to attack Venom because he's looking very smug from what he's been doing this round.
You mean the moving?
So many snacks and all that.
Now, I do have cover. But that still hurt a lot.
So 4 and blocked 1, so 3.
And I have 1 stamina left. And you've got another shot left.
So 3, and you block 1.
2.
2.
I have cover still.
That's right. So
But that's all I had.
Okay.
So, even with that reroll. So, yeah, I am dazed. She has dazed, everybody but 1 person on my team this round. Web Warriors are not in a good shape here. And I know I probably messed up some of the defense rolls. But, yeah, you were on fire when you needed to be. So if round 3 had a title, it would be Revenge of the Web Warriors. I plan on getting a lot of revenge this round. I have a lot of power, and I get to go first, so let's see what I can do. I'm going to start with doing Uneasy Allies, Venom and Spider-Man there. I'm going to have Venom attack Drax using that. Gives me 3 extra dice, costs me 1 damage on each person though. But we are Venom, so I might be able to get that back, health-wise. And yeah, pretty good hit. More than enough to daze old Drax there. So for Venom at least, I got my health back. Peter, he's still hurt. And then I'm moving him out of the way of that stupid plasma rifle. And that's it. Cunning Plan Part 1 accomplished.
All right, so I decided to go with poor Star-Lord there. He's hurt, and I'm thinking I probably should do something with him now before he gets dazed.
He should be very scared.
Also, he's got a lot of power, so I use full auto. So 1, 2, 3. And you block 2.
You do it again.
Yeah, I think this one, though, is Elemental Gun. That was not great. That was kind of bad.
That was good for me. So now Miles, he's going to do his web swing to build up a little bit of momentum there. So he can kick Angela in the face.
Rude.
Says the person with all the blades. I have a mailbox. So it gives me 6 dice for this attack. And thank goodness I rolled well and you rolled horribly. I forgot that you had been holding cubes, so you had been taking damage. So 4 was enough. I was able to daze you with that attack. You had a cube on you. I grabbed that, and then I grabbed the one on the floor. So he has 2 now.
All right, so Gamora is going to try to get rid of pesky Black Widow. Godslayer. One, 2, 3. And for every wild, she can turn a die to a hit, which I forgot earlier. It's Deadliest Woman in the Galaxy, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I block 1. But that, at least I survived long enough to do a parting shot, so I took 1, or did 1 damage to you.
All right, so then Gamora uses Assassin's Leap to get up into range of Black Widow again.
Yeah, I was stealthed for a second there.
And she's going to use Cosmic Assassin. If I roll a wild, she gets Pierce. And also, there's a Rapid Strike.
Yeah, I told her just to stop. Just stop. She's like, I have Pierce and I can crits. And I'm like, no, just stop. Just allow her to leave the battlefield with a couple limbs. Yeah, she totally annihilated me with that roll. So now I have Peter. Good old Peter Parker. And I misplayed this. I should have done it differently. I should have activated Ghost Spider first. For whatever reason, I was thinking that Rocket had already activated. I moved up, and she did booby traps. And for once, an ability like that did damage, so I took 2 from that. So I'm using taser webs. And do no damage because cover and she rolled well. Okay, I made a mistake. I saw push on the rule and I saw the distance it took me to get there. For whatever reason, I didn't see towards, so I pushed away. So yes, this was a mistake. Again, I told people I'm not very good with Web Warriors right now. So
It's okay, Andy. You'll get better. Or I'll just play Web Warriors from now on.
yeah, that sounded condescending to me.
You can do it, Andy. I sound like I'm talking to our kids, right?
All right. So you used Hadron Enforcer on me.
Yeah, I had a lot of power, so I decided to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You block 3, so 2 damage.
Yeah, and again, Web Warrior combined with Spider or Instincts allows me all those rerolls. All right, so then I activate Ghost Spider, move up to grab the that cube, and move back to make sure I'm securing the console. Score 6 points. Cha-ching. So the Web Warrior Express is back up. It's running. I can still technically take this game in round 4. I just have to survive Nikki's initial round.
All right, Andy. Round 4. It's make or break time.
It is make or break. Let's do this!
Rocket feels confident that he can take Peter out. 1, 2, 3, 4. You block 3. 1 damage. Fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all it took, unfortunately.
All right, took the... Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, yay.
I was holding the cube.
All right. Good job, Rocket.
Bad job, Rocket. So, yeah, I wasn't sure what the order should have been for this round. I went ahead and decided to go after Drax and Star-Lord. Starting with Drax, I did a 1-2 punch. Try to do as much damage as I could. This is a symbiote tendrils with a 1-2 punch on Drax. Thank you, Ghost Spider, for the assist. Not great. So 4, and with his I can take it. That's automatically reduced by 1, so I did 1 damage. That was like a theme, I think, for this game. I did 1 damage to Drax per attack.
That's really where Drax, he really shines with that.
He does. So, but he's bleeding. So Star-Lord is almost gone. I decided I need to try to take him out at least. So symbiote tendrils on him, and that is a successful attack. So I ended up dazing Star-Lord. So not bad. He at least can't grab that console. And then I used Clintar Rage to throw Drax into a tree. So there's at least 2 damage on Drax, and he's bleeding. Take that, Drax.
He says, I can take it.
He does, actually.
All right, Angela is going to use heavy firepower, and the target character can't be within 3, and I believe you add 2 dice. And then Heaven's Wrath, you add the target character's size.
So you can't be within 3 of another allied character.
Correct, yeah. So...
Ow!
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Pretty good.
You know, I'll take it.
You missed 2. How is that pretty good?
Well, you know. So I think that was, what, 5 damage?
5 right now.
Yeah.
I do have my one last reroll. It did not work. So I took 5. Miles is gone.
Sorry, Miles.
No, you're not. Angela is not sorry. She's laughing with glee and probably licking her blade. So,
Oh my gosh.
So now it is Ghost Spider, and I'm just trying to figure out the best thing to do here. So I am trying to grab or get Drax as far away from that console as possible at this point to stop points. This really is just to stop her from maximizing how many points she gets in this game. Did 2 so far? So I end up doing 2 because of I can take it. Push you back. And honestly, that's it. There was nothing else to do. She won 20-13. Good job, Nikki.
Thank you, Andy.
So that's game 2 of season 2 in the bag, and that's 0 for 2 for me now. Really good job with the Guardians there.
Yeah, to be fair, it was your first time to play Web Warriors.
It was.
So we're going to give you that.
Give me one for that, please. But just one.
But yeah, it's a learning experience.
It is. They're not easy to play right off the bat. That's not to say that their rules are hard or their tactics are difficult. You just kind of need to know what you need to do with them. And it wasn't clicking in, for me at least, until round 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And by that point, it was way too late. Now,
you started using like Webline.
Because the whole point is obviously to move people off objectives to get you the points. I misplayed that completely. So, children, don't use this as an example for what you do.
All the people who love Web Warriors can tell Andy.
They're going to be so mad at me.
This is what you do, Andy.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it was just bad. So yeah, I finally kind of started figuring that out. Now, it did not help that I lost Black Widow basically round 2. She was very minimally effective. And there's a weird irony to that considering what I did to Thor last game. So we'll count that up for you kind of revenged me there.
Yeah.
And then, it's just, I should have been pulling you off those objectives. I should have been pulling Star-Lord off.
You did take Star-Lord off of his objective.
Oh, that's right. I pushed him.
Yeah, that was the one that I was like, I'm never going to win that win. So I started concentrating on the other serums and the ones that I thought I could actually win. So
what I thought was hilarious was I threw you off with my Venom move. Because I saw what happened to Black Widow round 2. I'm like, I'm not sticking around to have Venom do that. Now, one thing I know people are going to say, well, why didn't you? I should have bodyguarded. No, I couldn't have. That cost 2 power. So Venom could not have taken, I think, I'm trying to remember how that first round went. I don't think I had 2 power. I had 2 power with Venom.
You just didn't think of it.
Yeah.
Later on, you were like, oh, I should have bodyguarded.
Well, right after the fact. I'm like,
and I gave him the opportunity.
She gave me the offer.
I said, hey, if you want to do it, go ahead. And he's like, no, it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, it was all said and done. It really would not have been a fair thing for her to, for me to do that. So it's a lesson learned. The more painful ones are the ones that stick with you. So I should have bodyguarded right off the bat. I probably would have gotten at least one more round with Black Widow, most likely. So that was a misplay right off the bat. But yeah, again, I wasn't thinking that of moving people off objectives, and that's a range 4 for Webline. So you can get
really
a good distance on this table to knock people. I could have totally gotten Rocket off.
Yep.
I should have brought that little crap to me. So
and I almost played Nebula instead of
I was like, why would you play Nebula? You probably want objective.
I know.
I should have been like, oh, don't you want to do Daughters of Thanos? That's a good card to do.
Yeah, we have like this thing that I want to play those weird cards that I never get to play. Like I've always tried to play Professionals and Daughters of Thanos, and it always backfires and ruins my whole game. So you should never play a game around a card.
Play a game around a card, especially a card that's not like a game-breaking card.
Yeah.
Like A-Force has a good one because that basically the drop-off that allows you to do the sensational uppercut. That's a great card.
I like trying to play those obscure cards.
Well, that's why I went with Uneasy Allies. But I don't think you're realizing that it hurts you to do that. It costs 1 power and then 1 health, 1 stamina each to do Uneasy Allies. Now that's 3 damage dice added to the attack. So I was trying to figure out the best attack to do that with. it always seems like when I'm doing that with Venom, it's the one that gives me health back, but I'm always like just recovered from being knocked out, or dazed, I should say. So I get no health back from it. So annoying. But it was my most damaging attack between the two of them, so I went with it. And it's a neat card. I'm glad I got to pull it off. And I don't feel like I had to stretch too badly to make it work. But yeah, those like the Professionals, Daughters of Thanos, there's a bunch of those that the get help one basically for.
Remember you said, Andy told me one time when I was playing Defenders, he's never pulled off the Seven Sons of
The Seven Sons. So what she did,
I was determined. It's just a weird thing I have.
It is, and the beauty of that one is she took out Vision, who had like 4 defense dice, but she couldn't take out Venom, who had 2 defense dice. That was hilarious. So,
but no, we were just talking about it. The last time I played Guardians of the Galaxy, Andy played A-Force, and I got my ass handed to me. So this was my revenge game.
Revenge game.
And yeah.
And like I said, I've wanted to play Web Warriors for a while. This is a chance to play the Peter and the Spider-Mans, I should say. Yeah, that was okay. Miles does have a good ability.
I love Miles. Like, Miles is my favorite.
And that also threw me off that I have so many rerolls. But you know what stinks is like when I'm playing against it, it seems like somebody gets a million rerolls for their defense. When I'm playing it, it's like I reroll them, like I fail every one of them anyway, so what's the point? But so that was kind of discouraging. When you played them, I could never seem to hurt Miles. And that's with Vision, if I remember correctly. So Vision, or Ultron, that was Ultron. Sorry, I was using Ultron on him.
I was playing Vision.
Yeah, you were playing Vision. I just couldn't hurt him, and I had some pretty decent attacks, so that was a little discouraging, but I'm looking forward to trying them again. I want to try them with the Amazing Spider-Man when he comes out.
They're really fun. I like playing him. I've only played him like a couple of times.
There must be something, because everyone loves them.
Yes.
You know, I'm not sold. I mean, I could give her, you know.
I love those characters that you can kind of like move around and they get to places easily or pull people off of things. They're really fun.
That is your play style. You're a finesse player. I am a brute force player.
I don't know about finesse, but I just think it's
finesse.
fun.
I just like to hit things hard until it falls down. So in theory, I should be playing Black Order all the time, but there's just not enough of them for variety. But anyway, so that was a great game. I enjoyed it, even though I lost. It's one of those that we're still getting back in the swing of things. And full credit to Nikki, she just outplayed me. Those cards were played at the perfect moment.
I don't know if I outplayed you.
You outplayed me.
A lot of luck. That Lovable Misfits card gave me an advantage.
You got yelled at last time. Not yelled at. You got a helpful comment last time that you misplayed that card. She played it at a good point this time.
They said to play it at the beginning of round 2, and that's exactly what I did.
She took your advice,
and it worked out for me. So thank you, person who gave me that advice.
Yep, it worked. It worked well. So other than that, we're hoping we should be getting a couple sets of minis in this week. Fingers crossed. We should be getting Cable, Domino, and the Luke Cage and Iron Fist. So hopefully next week will be X-Force versus the Defenders. If not,
that would be so awesome.
Yeah, we'll have fun one way or another. But I am super excited about X-Force. Nikki has always loved Luke Cage. When we watched the series on Netflix, she just loved that.
I liked all those series.
They were really, except for Iron Fist.
I
didn't dislike it. It was just my least favorite.
I'm not I don't know all the comic books like Andy does, so he gets all like.
Now Punisher, that was fantastic.
That was good.
I love Punisher. So anyway, so hopefully we'll see you. Hey Nikki, before we go, you want to show what just came in the mail? Boom! Next week, we'll see you there. With those next week. Otherwise, we'll have something else, and hopefully it'll be just as entertaining though. Until next time, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.